good? And welcome to another Bite That Lure video. Today we're back at some more Fishing Planet, and I'm going to be talking about what you should spend your baitcoin on, because obviously it's a a resource that is pretty fine. You're not going to be getting too much of it unless you're really spamming out those challenges, and sometimes you're limited, or if you're just really popping off on the wheel. So what we're going to be talking about is what you need to get with baitcoin from kind of beginning up to around level 50, and after that it's a little bit of a sauce. I might make a part 2 if there is some stuff I find in there, but we'll go through it. So immediately, barbless hooks. Now I know most people probably know about them, but when you're starting off, I recommend going with a barbless hook 6 at Lone Star Lake and kind of doing my catfish spam guide, and you can really almost match Emerald Lake with that guide. So I recommend getting the number 6s, very decent. If you're going, a little lower, you could go for the 8s or the 4s. It's kind of up to you, but I recommend the 6s. And you're going to want to get those immediately, I'd say, because it's one baitcoin, and just by doing it, using barbless hooks, there is a challenge or a mission or whatever. I don't know if we'll be able to find it super quickly here. If not, but trust me, there is one for catching fish on barbless hooks. Just trying to scroll for it here. I don't believe I see it, but I have gotten it. Obviously here. Oh, there we go. Barbless Master. So, slowly you'll catch more fish and earn baitcoin from that challenge with it anyway, so it's worth it to get it immediately. And then, also what you should go for is the Lone Star Lake unlimited license. I believe it was like 7 or something like that baitcoin, and that's going to help you to bang out those catfish and keep refreshing night after night, because it is a nighttime sauce you can do there. So that works out pretty well. Moving on, and those two can be interchangeable, but I recommend the barbless hooks first. Next, you want to be getting and after that, those two you can kind of relatively save a bit of baitcoin. Like, I recommend saving a bit before you buy this next one. Make sure you have a little bit extra. But it is, in barbless, I believe, or where am I? Oh, lures, there we go. Barbless spoons. You're going to want to get the barbless narrow spoon, 1/4 ounce, 1/0 hook, purple, or color ammo light. And that's going to be perfect for your emerald fishing once you get up to that point. So it's going to go from Lone Star, and you're going to be going straight to there, at least if you're following the kind of guide. But even if you aren't, I still recommend kind of saucing in with this. If not, you might have to kind of go in with some different barbless hooks, kind of change it up a bit. But you'll have lots of extra, and you'll be able to use those. And they might come in handy later for some specific fish, so that's okay. Like I said, always have a little bit extra. Next, in tools and equipment, you're going to basically want to immediately get, here, we'll just search. I don't know why I went that way. The rod stand, the triple feeder rod stand. Now, this is just beauty. You really can pump out at Emerald, or the equivalent of Emerald, basically, at Lone Star, especially with this. So I recommend getting it immediately, saving it up, hitting it hard, and it works amazing for once you get to St. Croix. Huge stuff. A lot of people will wait to get this one, the Rod Pod Trio, but there isn't a lot of sauce there from, you getting this one, and it's a 3-piece, and having that all the way to level 40, 42, and then, you know what I mean? That's such a big impact. With this one, it's 42, and then I think 3 levels later, you get the same thing. And that's more for floats, just because they don't have the bells on them. And I really don't recommend you really don't need to spend the huge baitcoin on this. I see some people saying it. No, you don't need it. 100% not. And of course, all this is going to be more XP. If I didn't mention that, the barbless is for XP, the barbless hooks. And the feeder is popping off for, you have more rods, you can catch more fish, more XP. Next, you're going to also want some barbless 7/0 hooks. That's what you're going to be going on to next. This is for when you're cooking at Emerald. And, let me see here, barbless hooks, there we are. The barbless 7/0 is, oh no, not for Emerald, sorry, St. Croix. St. Croix is where you're going to be popping off with these. So once you get there, you're going to be using these, and you can have that triple feeder rod set up, so you can have 3 rods down and 1 in your hand and be popping off like crazy, like unimaginable. It goes so hard. The next thing you're going to need some baitcoin for, and you'll hopefully have a lot of extra at this point, like I have a decent amount, is time at St. Croix. And because the time at St. Croix, you're going to be fishing those pike, and they're mostly during the day. You'll rarely ever catch one at night. So during the day, once those peaks end, it's usually only going to be 1 or 2 baitcoin to forward the time. And I really recommend doing that so you can bank it out. Don't go too hard with them, you know, maybe spend 10, max 15, but it'll really help you speed up your process. And kind of pay attention. I might come out with like a more advanced guide of what times the baitcoins go down. So that way you're not spending 2 baitcoin when you're 1 minute away from it going down to 1 baitcoin, stuff like that. Make sure you kind of pay attention to that at least. Other things, this is once, you know, around you've gotten all this stuff and you still have some extra baitcoin you're still working up, is to look into is storage. Storage expansion is going to expand at your, you know, your home storage here. See down here, you can click expand to see it as well. I recommend saving up for obviously the 300 or at least the 90 baitcoin one, you know, because you're going to be saving a little bit of cash and getting a lot more space. And that space is going to come in handy. It really is. You'll start to really fill up your stuff, especially if you get up to 7 rods, you know. So I recommend, you know, getting those or saving up for those. Another thing you can look into is there are some store packs here. I believe in Popular is the first one. There is the fishing accessories kit. Now I have some videos kind of going over ground bait. I'm not even really too familiar with it because it is a little bit of complicated sauce and there isn't too much information hardcore on it out there. But it does come with a hat. Not super big times. It's only 2 tackles, no light. But you do get a headlamp that you can throw on, you know, other hats like this hat and such. Because the hat you do get is fixed with a headlamp. So maybe you want that. So that one is going to help you with maybe some ground bait sauce, even though you can huck it, maybe to get it a bit further. I'd say not really worth it. Another one you can look at is the Canada Day pack. And if I didn't mention, the first one was $190. I believe this one's $199. Now, this one does have some actual kind of value to it in terms of early sauce, but in general, it does have some. So 9,000 credits. You know, the conversion rate of baitcoin is one baitcoin to 100 credits. So you're getting a lot worth there, technically, of baitcoin, but it really isn't that much credits. The hat does come with 3 tackles, 3 tackle spaces. No flashlight, though, on it, but you can equip one. But it is kind of rep a little bit. The fireworks is a whole interesting thing because you can't really use these unless the Christmas events are popping off. So they'll just sit in your inventory. But it does come with a storage expansion for 25, which I believe is worth, what, 50 baitcoin? So already it's kind of worth it slightly, you know what I mean? You know, 50 baitcoin base, not if you're saving up. And then it also does come with some licenses. Of course, you can't, it doesn't give you access to this place. You know, you have to have high enough level, sorry, just jumbling my words. Be high enough level to access it first for this to be of advantage to you. Like, it'll start going down even though you don't have it unlocked. So make sure you do have White Moose unlocked. But this could be helpful, especially if you're just trying to bang out all the fish there. Could be fun. Or if you're just trying to rep, you know, Canada sauce. That is literally everything I would say, at least up to level 50, that is useful to spend baitcoin on, other than maybe experimenting with some of the barbless tackle and such, or, you know, following some of my guides or maybe possible other guides. So that pretty much covers it. If there's anything you think I missed, I know some people say go for like Emerald Lake license, you know, possibly Lindsay Villa, which I did buy, but I really don't think I needed to. Oh, just a huge spin there. And I don't think you need the Emerald Lake license at all. I really don't think so. You can bank so much money out there that it's not worth it to waste the 80 baitcoin on it. It really isn't. People say it is. It isn't. I trust. trust. Maybe if you want, like, you have a ton of Baitcoin and you've bought like everything you think you'll need, sure, as a fallback, but make sure you have like a fallback rod to hit there. Other than that, like I said, if there's something you think I missed, let me know in the comments. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you know when future content's coming out. And thanks for watching. Peace.